boy. All right. Well, this is fun. We're just doing a nice spinning situation. That's fun. I'm waiting for it to go the red situation. Come on. Oh, this is exciting. All right. All
There you
right.
go. Technology, Val, technology.
I know. It's always fun when you have fun things like this. And it is, Interludes, Extra Talk on Tuesdays. We are back. It's the both of us, and we're back. So that's what I'm excited about. Yeah.
Coming off of a solid weekend, great weekend, and I'm ready for interludes tonight, baby.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Whoa. That is what is going on. And we are going to be here and coming on back in 3, 2, let's go. Woo-hoo. We'll try that again in 3, 2, woo-hoo.
Man, Val, voice.
I'm telling you, Coach Tony, how is it going? Oh my gosh.
Top of the hour, good show. I'm strapped in like a race car driver.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm strapped in as well. But you know what? I'm excited. We got what do you call it? 14 days until Christmas. So I'm always excited about that. And of course,
it's so crazy, Val. 14 days of Christmas, but it's kind of like they wear it out so quick now. I mean, I've literally seen people had Christmas stuff up since Halloween.
Yeah, some people are completely fanatic when it comes to Christmas. So I'm thinking it's no big deal. I'm happy for the season. I'm ready to do the shopping. I'm ready to have some fun. Our episode today, Interludes Extra presents Find Your Voice. It's on Patreon. I'll go ahead and ask our friend Kevin Springer to go ahead and place it in the chat. Join our community via Patreon today. And that's at patreon.com/interludes. And my goodness. I thank you so much. Both you and Kevin did remind me about what happened on Sunday night. My goodness. I thought
you got two good people around you. That's what happens when you keep two good people around you, Val. We can't let you miss out on anything.
Yeah. So Coach Tony is with us, and we're going to be going back. And I don't know if let me stop this real quick. Let's see who's in the building. I see Daniel is here, and I love your background. It's got the design, 50 anniversary of hip-hop.
Hey, we can't do a 50 years of hip-hop show, Val, unless, I got something like this. And by the way, I created this hand-drawn. I put some work into it this weekend.
Oh my goodness. I'm real happy to see that. Well, what happened? I think they did a Grammy salute back when they did the awards back in, I want to say either February or March, but there was just some things that were missing. Just a few acts, a few folks that were missing. And on Sunday, the Grammy salute to 50 years of hip hop, that was produced by Questlove and LL Cool J. They're the ones that brought it to people's attention that we're going to do this. And my goodness, people were represented. They still didn't cover everybody, but they really tried. They tried very hard to represent, especially on the old school side.
Sure. Yeah, I love that on the old school side. And you and I went back and forth about, when they hit the West Coast and they talked about the West Coast. I was waiting to see none other than my homeboy, Snoop Dogg, who don't miss too many outings. as well as Dr. Dre. But to get Warren G, in there, Too Short in the E40, you gotta love it because they set it out. They represent it on the right way.
Oh, very much so, very much so. I was happy to see Public Enemy,
Oh,
and
that's our
definitely, yeah,
PT.
I felt like they kind of kicked things off. And what was
Yes,
fun was to see the artists actually be in the audience, really enjoying themselves, like really
yes.
just like, yo,
Again, Val, that's I talk to, me and my once again, I'm always talking to my son about stuff. I tell him that's the difference between the old school and new school artists. New artists, we'll talk to two tonight, where the max records are about 250 to 3 minutes long. Back in the day, that wasn't even half of the record, Val. It was 6, 7 minutes long. You sitting down, rocking the Grandmaster Flash or PE, you got to rock out. But the cool part about it, like you said, was to see the stars in the audience and they were singing along to the lyrics with the artist. That was really nice.
I know, I know. And I was really, really happy that we got a chance to kind of experience that. Like that was a major situation that happened. And what I was thinking about was like you had Yo-Yo there kind of representing
Don't
for the
mess with
West
my
Coast.
yo.
And then, you got E40, man. The song that they did, I don't know, that played in an episode of Blackish, and I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about this song. And then of
yeah.
course, Cypress Hill, my
Oh,
man, coming
Cypress
at
came out,
ya.
but and I'm surprised you didn't mention this to me, and
Mhm.
and me and Kevin going back and forth. But the other thing was the balance that they had with the women to the men artists, and then another thing, I was talking to
Mhm.
somebody who didn't pick up on it, Val. What
Mhm.
they did was the new artists, if you notice, a lot of people didn't pick up on it. The new artists, they allow the old hip hop song and then they
Mhm.
let the new artists who remade it in the 23. I
I
thought
saw
that was
that.
good. And I thought that, and then don't forget my girl, man. I rock rough and stuff with my Afro puff. Go ahead, Rage, with your bad self.
I love that Arrested Development, that speech from Arrested Development kind of kicked off the native tongue section,
Yes.
and I was losing my mind. I went back to being 20, 21 years old again because I was
And
like,
they let him
man,
flow. And the cool part
oh,
about that section was, Val, I didn't realize, until they got to singing and they started panning the camera, I didn't realize that all the artists was sitting in the classroom throwing paper like they was in school.
I
And then they
know.
came up and started kicking with Carmen and Roots and Latifah, MC. I mean, I was like, okay, okay.
It was good to see Diggable Planets,
Yes,
and
I'm cool like that.
when I saw Black Sheep, I lost it
Boom,
because
boom, boom,
anytime
boom. You can get with this,
anytime I was
you can get
DJing
with
at the
that.
time and I wanted people to get on the floor, you just play that one part, engine, number
Engine
nine.
number
Oh,
9,
if the
coming
train
down
goes
the
by,
transit
if the
line.
train goes
If
off the
that train
track,
jump off the track,
oh
pick it
boy.
up, pick it up, pick it up. Back on the scene. Man, don't get me DJing up here tonight. I may jump on the box.
One of the biggest shocks that I saw, and I didn't realize it, that's Black Thought from the Roots. I was very happy to see this. Now, in memorandum is always a weird one to kind of do, but the
Yeah,
way that D Nice and
Dougie
Dougie
Fresh.
Fresh kind of represented, and they had a bunch of names fly, and I was going, how can y'all
Right.
keep up with all this? But just kind of that artistry, just trying to make sure we at least mention or you see some folks. There's hundreds of people that have passed on that
Yep,
were a part of contributing to hip hop. I mean,
yep,
we have it because of, let's say Digital Underground, and Shock G
yep,
unfortunately passed away earlier. We
yep,
had De La Soul, the one of the
yep.
artists, one of the members of their in the pass away, and then of course representing Chicago, it was good to see Chance the Rapper,
Little
and then
see
of
Chance
course St.
step out
Louis's
to a
own
comment on it.
Nelly.
And then yeah, and you got Heavy D passed away. So,
Mhm.
the cool part about it was Dougie Fresh sound just like he did in 89, didn't he? Lottie Dottie.
80,
Come
no,
on
80,
now.
85. That song came
Oh yeah,
out in 85. I mean,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on. So Quest had the honor to introduce Will, but no. It was DJ
So
Jazzy and the Fresh
let
Prince,
me ask
and they
you a
closed
question
out.
on that. I got to
Hmm.
ask you a question because I meant to talk to you and Kevin. What's up, Springer? Again, tonight, 50 years of hip hop honored as we come out to a close on Christmas. My girl right there, Val the Voice, and your boy right here, Coach Tony, talking
Hmm.
about 50 years of hip hop on Interludes Talk on Tuesday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like us. But Val, I had to, I had a conversation with several of my homeboys I play golf with. And let
Hmm.
me see if your response is going to be the same, and Kevin can kind of put it in the chat line. Did you think with the performance that Will Smith gave with DJ Jazzy Jeff, do you think at the end the way that people reacted, they hugged and high fived, do you think that was the door opening the black door back in? Do you think that that's the one thing he needed, or do you think that just that bygone be bygone?
That's a very good question. One thing I will say is, were you thinking about the slap when you heard him flow with DJ
No,
Jazzy Jeff? Not really.
not.
No, you weren't. You
I
weren't. I
wasn't thinking
wasn't.
about slap. I wasn't
I
thinking
was
about
remembering
banning. None of that.
exactly. I was remembering how much I appreciated, and then at this scene when they actually started doing the theme music for
Oh,
the Fresh Prince that was on
he killed it.
worldwide, I'm like, come
He
on,
killed
what?
that. And he showed the picture with Uncle Phil and them. They killed it.
I know. I know. So I don't know if all is forgiven, but after that performance and kind of that reminder, because keep in mind, we reviewed this a couple of weeks back, his Class of 88 podcast that he's doing now with DJ Jazzy Jeff. So he's making positive moves to
Right.
go back to life before Jada and literally saying, look, I'm an artist, and I want to remind you all that we were the first to win a Grammy for
Right.
hip hop. So,
And that
and we're the
that
ones
I
that
love.
protested. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I was so glad that the cool part about it was the way LL brought him out. Remembering this guy kicked off the first Grammy with this group.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was so mad. I was sitting there like, wait a minute. If they don't play Summertime, I'm going to throw this out, man. I was going to go through the spot. And man, when he
And
dropped that Summer,
here's Eric. He says, I don't think Will cares. He's just been living his life. Forget everyone and everything that tries to bring that up. So
yeah,
he's
I think
moved
so.
on.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's right. And I think what happens is, again, we as in African American, we are one of the most forgiving people on earth, right? We let so many bad things happen to us, we forgive, and God will take over. And I think once you move forward, Chris Rock's moved forward. We see what's going on. Jada's book didn't do great, and Will's like, hey, the book didn't do good, but you know what? I got an opportunity to write a right for Will Smith, right? I got a chance to write this right for Will Smith. I'm gonna go out with my homeboys. I'm gonna kick it to 50 years of hip hop. I was, me and my guy Jazzy was the first one to jump out here, to get this right, and we're gonna rock it. And they rocked the house. I mean, they had the 4 major cuts they had. And they rocked the house, just completely rocked it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, that is so exciting. I need you to go ahead and introduce our guest for tonight, if
Let
you
me tell you
wouldn't
something, Val.
mind. That would be good.
Talking about 50 years of hip hop. E, I need to hear you. Mark, I can't wait till he log on. I want to know where my boy Wise at, Mike Drew at, all of them. But, and my guy, Maurice Miller, wasn't able to make it tonight. Chicago, South Side, baby, much love. But, talking 50 years of hip hop, Val, you and I and Kevin were having the discussion several months ago on one of the shows about, we know about the old legends. We know what's going on. And now we bring in the young guys who are still in the hip hop. We're going to find out what hip hop means to them. Demetrius Jarman, my nephew, who not only jumped off into the hip hop, but is artist formerly known as Young Farrah, also on the rap side. And then my other nephew coming to him, and both of them in ATL, and Caleb Jenkins, better known as Reek, coming off some of that street gangster rap like NWA back in the day in 2023. So let's bring both of these young cats on and see what they got to talk about.
All right, let's welcome them. Welcome them. Woo woo. We got
Man, what's
Demetrius.
good? Indeed,
And we
what's
got
up, brother?
Reed.
Craig,
Woo.
what's happening, baby?
What's going on, everybody?
Man, we're good. We're good. Glad to see you guys. Appreciate your time. We sitting here, Val and I, talking a little bit about the uh, the Grammys and how they put together that show with the Grammys. Chance to see the 50 years of hip hop special.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
on my behalf, I did not. I've been rehearsing for this new TV series that we are working on right now. With the writer strike ending, with the actor strike ending, a lot of things have been like really picking up a lot of steam lately over the last few weeks. And so, me personally, I've just been focusing on the acting side of things, dealing with my agent and whatnot, and we're just trying to get things in gear for 2024.
Oh, that's all good. Listen to him, Reek. Try to throw it out there. I'm out here on the yard with the, SPA. Come on, man. I love it. I love it. Looking at, hey, Reek, you're a young artist. You're spitting right now, coming off of multiple albums. You just dropped a brand new album that just came out, Wanna
Yes.
Die Today, and that's got a peculiar name. Some people, we got a little bit of older artists out here, but of course, hip hop is hip hop. And sometimes, the album and the name don't always correlate to one another. Was there any specific thing that kind of came to mind in naming this album "Wanna Die Today"? When you before you dropped it.
So basically, to me, I be kind of confused on people's decisions in life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people make terrible decisions. They don't value life. They don't appreciate life. So they end up treating people a certain way, or you know what I'm saying, just doing dirt to people that really care about them, look out for them, just got genuine love for them.
Right.
So it's just like, you want to die today? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, life is so precious. Why are you doing all this like negative stuff? Like, it can't come back around, because karma is very much real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it. I get it. I
It's,
like that too.
it's very
Yeah,
much real. You know what I'm saying?
for
So the
sure.
question is, it's like, before every song, I say, what you say? You want to die today?
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I like that. It's almost like a soft play on words, right? Because
yeah,
if you looking at the words of an album, just like when Ice Cube and Dre and them boys came out with Easy with NWA, F the Police, some 30 years ago, right? And they looking at that, and all you see is the N, the W, and the A until people said the actual words what they stood for, like, oh snap. Wow.
exactly.
So I get that play on words now. It's kind of like you're talking to somebody who may be in the studios, maybe on the street, depending on the lifestyle that they're having. You want to die today or do you not? Now, it's kind of like being on the edge almost.
That's spot on. Huh? That's spot on. Literally.
Okay. And looking at the tracks, man, I listened to the tracks, man. Pretty powerful on one. Pretty big time shout out to Antioch, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. If you guys don't know, we grew up. Also got some of that. Hey Val, don't slip. He got some West Side of Chi-Town in him too. Mama Carla, my girl, she's still sitting in Oak Park right now. So I hope she's watching the show. But looking at one of the main tracks off this album, and Snake, you kind of talk a little bit about some people that was kind of basically want to die today, doing some snakish thing. Explain that album and how you came up with that concept and what it's all about.
Man, I don't know if you guys, I'm probably new to a lot of you guys, the viewers, and I just graduated from SAE.
Okay.
So I've
Cool,
been
cool,
Oh yeah.
cool.
I've been spreading my knowledge, just reaching out. A lot of my friends are stepping into the music, so I reach out, I help them out, record them, whatever the case may be. I'm not really just asking for money, but this typical person said that he was gonna give me money, and I was expecting to get that money. And me being in the situation I am, a single father to a 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I'm working my skills, no job. I need every penny, everything. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that kind of hurt me to the point where, like, man, I gotta let it out. And me being an artist, the only way I know to let it out is through my music.
Yeah.
What do you think about
And
that, Val?
here's
Yeah.
the thing,
What do you think
Rick.
about that, Val?
you're gonna have to learn this real early, real early. You'll have to have you have to have folks sign contracts.
Yeah.
You don't want to give away your artistry for free. The one thing about a lot of people talk about show business, but people forget there's show and then there's business.
Right.
Yeah.
Learning that side of music is very imperative.
It's crazy you
Publishing,
say that
all of
because
that
that was
stuff.
one of my
So
questions.
I think I understand where you're coming from. And so yeah, if that person had been signed to a contract, maybe he would have honored it, or he probably would have said, you know what, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Because I've in my line of work, I have to always either have the contract or kind of that no, I can't do the work for you because it's a service. You can't
Right.
quite you can't you can't put your hands on it, but the sound, man, good music, good message music, and that's rare with young artists. So I congratulate you and salute you, brother.
I
Yeah, I
definitely
mean, it's
appreciate that.
powerful. Now, and look at that, Mr. Young Superstar here, Val. Welcome back to the show, Dimitri. And I'm gonna make sure. And I was talking to Reed earlier today. And you guys in AT and what you're doing. I told him, a lot of
Yeah.
artists turn into what? End up being actors, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what you did. So talk
That's
to the
crazy.
people a little bit. Last time you was here with Val and I, you were on a small, itty bitty little project. They kind of blew up. You had some major awards, and
Yeah.
now that Val and the people know that Val, they on a spinoff show like Greenleaf blowing
Yeah.
on up here, man. Talk to us a little bit about,
Yeah.
the difference between being a hip hop artist and now stepping into that actor's role.
Well, the difference for me is like dealing with the music that I was producing back before I became an actor. I was
Mhm.
really out there in the streets and really being around those scenarios. And then like once I stepped into the arena of acting, it was more like a protective type of bubble for me to make a safe income for my son. Because once my son came, I realized that I really needed to make a smarter transition, not only for business, but to also to try to help create that wall of wealth and to just give my son, legacy, something to build on and to stand for. Because like when I was younger, it was just running wild in the streets, and I just rapped about what I seen. But as I got older, I'm not really living that lifestyle anymore.
Okay.
So it was kind of like acting was like a way for me to level up and just take it to the next level. And so as I jumped into acting, I still brought my musical skills with me, at which to the point now I'm working on like a gospel hip hop type of song only
Okay.
for this new series. Like I said, it's called The Missionary, which is it will put you in the mind of the Greenleaf. So if you are a fan of Greenleaf, you're definitely gonna like what we got going on. It's coming up in
Okay. I know
2024.
Val is. I already see pumping them up
Yeah.
already. So,
Yep. And like
I
I said,
love that
I'm gonna have one
series.
of
Oh
one of the
my
good
gosh.
singles on it as well. So yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
be linking up with Martinez Music, and he is out of Chicago.
yes, yeah, I'll tell you, them shots out. Hey, you know what's amazing here, Val? And I don't know if you picked up on it. What's up, Mike Drew, Southside, baby? 100, 91st, Thule Park in the house. You know, uh, what's amazing, Val, is listening to Reek and then listening to Young Farah. Both these young guys are single fathers, both in the music hip hop era, and both got sons, and trying to provide that. And it's a very difficult situation because you don't have that now. You got to go out there and wake up every day. These young guys are waking up every day, grinding every
Yeah,
single day, and hopefully, it's not like Val when me and you was on the yard and I wanted to get a Public Enemy album. I just went down to the store and picked it up and bought the album.
Exactly.
Nowadays you guys are not able to sell music the same. So, looking at your side, Reek, well, you got to, you drop multiple albums. How are you having to, push music out nowadays to really get the credits to sell music? How's that done nowadays?
I do what I can, man. Like I use an example for today. I got a single out called Jug that I had some recent promotion for in the garage, but it was missing my Instagram. So I took my time to write my Instagram on maybe about 50 of them. And as I was getting my tire changed, I handed a couple flyers out. I walked across the street to the mall, handed a couple flyers out there. you know, told people happy holidays and stuff, you know, just reaching out to more people, man. Once you reach out to more people, I feel like it starts in the streets anyway. Like before social media, like if we talk about the 50th anniversary of hip hop, before social media, it started in the streets.
Trust me. Hey, I was back in hey, tell him, Val, we was back in the trunk. We
back in the trunk.
I was in the trunk back in the day.
So I tell you, I do whatever, like as far as Instagram promotions, Facebook promotions, everything I can do. I just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope. And by the way, for those that don't know, with me and Val, the voice, Reek dropped the sports side of the house interludes on Interludes Tuesday. That's the beat that he dropped for me. So when Val comes on in the weekdays, she say, "Here come Coach T with the sports show." That's his beat he dropped. You know, just being in his mind.
Wait, can we hear that real quick?
Let's hear that real quick, man.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I look at him vibing already.
Reek, you did that? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's phenomenal. I'm sorry. It's good to put a face to what it takes to put the music together. So, wow. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, BG, Brianna Green, what's up, girl? Brianna said, music lets you express your emotion. Now, that's a great thing because, Dimitri, you were talking about being in position to level up and kind of make that. So how was music able to allow you to express your emotions so that, you know, because you got an opportunity to go on that stage and do an acting, you had to sell yourself. So what was the difference between when we would be down in the club trying to push a record out as opposed to you know, on that stage trying to now remember your words and spit them out in an acting format?
Well, it's all about coming from a place of truth and honesty. The same way that I connect with my lines when I do acting, I just did the same thing with music. The only thing is, with music, you have that rhythm, right? With acting, you have to kind of create that rhythm and mix that in with that character, and then you let it flow like that. And so, over the last 10 years, that's kind of how I've been trained to do acting as well. And so I just learned how to marry it. It comes with time and patience, and of course, practice. So yeah, just got to have that confidence in yourself and just go out there and do it. You just gotta be repetitive with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and just don't stop. Like I said, you just
can't
have that faith in yourself. Take that leap of faith and jump. Go for it.
Hey, that's Val. Where Val's always talking about that leap of faith and jumping. That's funny you said that because literally I've watched her joining this show with her coming up on 2 years. I watched her take a leap of faith. I took a leap of faith because Val will tell you, I knew nothing about this. We were laughing and joking, and I said, "We're gonna jump out here, Val. We're gonna make this happen." It wasn't about the money coming in at that point. It was about, you know, hey, we had a vision. This is the vision from day one to day, you know, 6 months to a year, and so forth and so on. And looking at your vision, like I said, multiple albums, you know, you've had to make some moves, you had to make some changes, you had to do some things and all that. And it's still not easy. So when you're out there, you know, and by the way, you know, toot your horn real quick. This young cat, you know, won Coca-Cola Music Rap Award. He's had Gucci Man, a couple of guys on his back. So he's not no slap. And Val, he had a track I was talking to him about today that's an island track. I wish he would have dropped that on the album. Ooh, it's fire.
That's a whole another vibe. I tell you, we be going through seasons as artists, but it's coming though. The vault is large. It's a big bank vault, large, like whole lot of songs, maybe like 1,000 plus.
Oh yeah. Kevin, we're gonna make sure we put that, you know, in the comment line for us tonight, Kevin, on Read the Artist, on, you know, the new album, Wanna Die Today. If someone want to get a hold of that, can you give Kevin the information how they can get it, how they can take a listen to that?
Oh, for sure. You could even go to my social media, my I am Reek Instagram, DM me. I send you everything. I'm very in touch with my fans. I don't even like to call them fans for real, supporters, because I love y'all for real. I don't even call y'all
And by
fans.
the way, that'll be EYEI.
EYE, yes, sir.
So
EYE.
I was able to set this up so we could at least hear what you produce for the upcoming podcast that Coach Tony is going to be launching in
Now,
next
Valerie, that's the other talent. That's Dimitri and Tiz.
Yeah.
They dropped the new show for the Pull Up podcast. That's how talented the family is. You see what I'm saying? I got two nephews working. So he dropped the new, Reek dropped the sports show, and Dimitri, Young Fair, dropped that. Let's drop that track for the Pull Up podcast, baby. Let's
You
listen
went
to that.
crazy too, bro. You went crazy. Whoa.
I appreciate it.
So that was you, Dimitri?
man.
Nah, we here. We here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I was sitting here making sure that I presented it well. So let me go ahead and do that so we can see what it sounds like. All right. Here we go. Oh boy.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, I said bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, it's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, it's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, Kev is the engineer.
Okay.
Now listen when you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, I said Kev is the engineer. Now listen when you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, it's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up.
How much you gonna charge me for a feature?
Oh my goodness, Val. Val, hey, I'm surrounded by talent, Val. I'm surrounded by talent, Val. What you talking about?
Well, Brianna saying fire. Queen Lakeisha saying let's go. And of course, Kevin, who is always looking out. He's like, check out Reek on Instagram. And
yes,
he's
sir.
got that. Of
Big
course,
love,
Mark
Kevin.
is pulling up. What up, superstars?
What's up, Mark? What's up, baby? Wait for you to check in. Mike Drew, pull up. Mike Drew, pull it up, baby. Hey.
Oh, he's got balloons.
He got balloons. There you go. Hey.
Let's get it.
Congratulations.
Let's go.
I love it.
Love it. Hey, now I got to ask you guys the question because and Kevin and these guys and Mark and Wise and E, where E at? We always have this conversation, and that is 50 years of hip hop. So, who was the person or the artist back in the day that you listened to as you was coming a young star that you thought, man, I love that track, I love that artist, and this is what I want to do? What made you fall in love with hip hop, Rick?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. It was Wayne.
Oh, okay, Lil Wayne.
It was everything about how he came up. It is what he talk about. It take you years. It take you years to like remember some shit that he said back then, and you'll be like, what? Like what? Right. That's what he meant. Like
right.
And I kind of try to coordinate into how I rap now, but yeah, it's Wayne for me. I can't even lie. It's Wayne.
Okay, fair. What about you, baby? Who did it for you?
Man, I got to take it back to Tennessee, man. like I said, when I first started linking up with you, man, Starlito, All Star.
Yeah,
On the
I
trip.
remember. That's Reek
For
Boys now. That's Reek
Yeah,
Boys.
that's my
Carlito
dog.
there, man.
That's my
yeah,
All
dog.
Stars was off the charts. Oh my
yep,
goodness, you took it. You took it. I remember you talking about Starlito all the time too,
yes,
man.
yes, and yeah, and then I remember we had came up there and we had done some shows at the BB King restaurant up there in
Yeah,
Memphis in May, and that's
Memphis
how
is,
I
man.
actually got to meet him a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I tell you, I love y'all, but I'm going way back here, boy.
Well, who is that?
Nas,
Who you got?
Oh
Come
no,
on.
for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Hey, no, hey,
that
that's
ether.
all about. It's all about Nazir for me, man. I go way back, man. On all that, I got to go back to that Illmatic. That
Yep,
Illmatic album was off the chart. That to me set Nas off as to me quintessential lyricist of all time. Don't get me wrong, love Pac, love Biggie, but Nas to me, because I was coming through the yard at that time, and Nas was just hitting people upside the head. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
bet he was.
I love it. And Mark said Sugar Hill Gang and Public Enemy for him. Of course, he was on that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Arrested Development, Mark. We talked about that a little bit earlier. They was on the Grammy. So, and looking at, at how, for you, Reek and Lil Wayne and the things he did, because you got to remember, he came up out of Baby, and he got Juvenile and the tracks he was hitting and all that. And then you kind of, put your cadence around him. Where do you think hip hop is going in terms of another 50 years? Val, we talked about, music in general, but it's 50 years now, the birth of it. So, because right now, for a perfect example, they were talking about this on the NFL last night or on the Grammys last night. I mean, Sunday night. You
okay.
can't find anything now that doesn't have something hip hop related. I don't care if it's a car commercial, Doritos, Pepsi, Taco Bell, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, whatever it is, they use hip hop to push that product. So
Yeah,
where do you see hip hop going the next 50 years?
Man, I see it going 10 times further than where it is right now. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
more commercials. Like, man, like I've been educating myself on push deals. And a lot of artists been getting push deals lately, and it's a lot of money. And that's just putting your songs in movies
yep,
like that. That's where it's at right now.
yep.
So I could
Soundtrack.
only imagine in 50 years, you can't even turn the radio station on without it playing hip hop. I got
Oh,
that.
it's kind of like with the podcast. And Val, I'm going to give you one, Val. Demetrius, and I want you to talk about this, young.
Okay.
Val, I forgot to tell you about this. Early on in his career, he was sought after by EA Sports and had a track on the early EA Sports video game, Val.
Big
Tell him
push
about
deal.
that, young fair.
Yeah, man. We had some good things that was going on for it. And I'm saying, they had selected the track. Now, as far as them putting it out, they said that they was going to do so. If they put it out, I mean, I really don't know because, like I said, they said that they was going to do so. They sent the paperwork and everything, but
Nothing happened.
I mean, it went where they said it was going to go, up in the air as far as I know. Because, like I said, they sent the paperwork, said they was going to use it. So,
Yeah. So did they buy the rights from you to go ahead and use it or no?
it was kind of like it was going to be like a percentage deal to a certain degree.
Okay.
And like I said, it was when I was coming up much younger, it was a lot of things that was going left and right, going pretty fast. I was supposed to be signed to a young deal when I first came to up here in Atlanta at first. And like I said, once that fell out with New Music Group and everything just went left and right. So that's another reason why I got into acting. I felt more secure about it.
Let me and Demetrius, you're reminding me now of an interview recently that I saw with Terrence Howard. He's from Chicago, and he did a film. You guys know Hustle and Flow.
Yes.
Hustle and Flow. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
So
Let's
he
talk.
only
Yes.
got paid, I think, $12,000 for the film. It was an independent
Yes.
film, and so what he let us out. So he did all of the rapping in the movie.
He did.
But I think Universal Music or whomever was over the music thing, they had it listed his character's name and not him.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know
they
that.
cut him out.
Yes. They had it listed as the character so they wouldn't have to pay him out like that. If they would have put Terrence Howard, they would have had to pay Terrence Howard. But since they listed it as DJ, like he explained it, Paramount got to keep a lot of that.
Yeah, they listed him as DJ because he was the DJ on the show doing all that.
Like, doesn't it suck to be robbed for your talent? Like, and
that
you dedicate so much time and so much, like, and just to be robbed for it. Like,
that's crazy. So looking at a situation like that, Dimitri, when you're dealing with the, because a lot of us, myself having drove by when I came down to hang out a little bit, but explain to the people that's listening and watching tonight, like on Tyler Perry's studio, because it's massive for one, but how do you make sure that same situation that Terrence Howard got caught in, that you're making sure that you don't get caught up in a similar situation?
Man, paperwork. Have a good agent. Have good lawyers on your side. Man, read those contracts.
Man,
you got to build that rapport with people. Have that relationship. Paperwork. Make sure that paperwork is good.
Oh man, that's now I got to ask you guys one of the crazy. Mark and me and Eric, we kind of go back. What is, and now you being a Wayne guy, star leader, I'm about to dig deep in this mind now. I need to know what artist had the best diss track of all times.
Man, I know Lito and Don Tripp be going in.
But they don't even hit top 10. Not if you ask everybody.
No Vaseline.
Bingo. I'm gonna give you that. No Vaseline.
No Vaseline.
Yeah.
And I like Hit 'Em Up with Pac, but Pac wrote his own death sentence on that, Yeah. But that No Vaseline killed the whole group. That's what I liked about No Vaseline. After Ice Cube dropped that No Vaseline,
it was
NWA, the way we knew it, was no longer NWA no more.
Yeah, he did bust him up pretty good with that one.
Man.
It was before my time, but I remember it.
Hey man, it was pretty much like what Pac did to Mobb Deep. It was pretty much like that. Looking at it, Rick, coming up with the album dropping out, we made sure that Springer put that in the line so everybody can get to it. Are you looking to come out, try to connect with a couple other artists and hopefully get out and try to do some shows or get any place coming up soon, or try to have a concert or a mini concert or anything?
Man, being independent and doing everything on my own, I'd love to, but it's like, where do I find the time to be a dad? Look for independent, it's so tough. Like, write music, record my own music, engineer, produce. Like, I do a lot. I've been trying to find a team for so long. I'm begging for a team just so I can focus on my artistry.
That's
how you get the best out of an artist, when an artist can focus on being an artist.
Yeah. Mo Miller, what's up? Maurice Miller, my boy Eminem.
I get you.
He's supposed to have been here tonight, wasn't able to show up in Chicago, Val.
I miss somebody telling me where to be, when, what time to be there, stuff like that, like order, structure. That's what.
Oh, you need order and structure. That's what you're saying.
Hey, Val can do that. Val will give you order and structure. Trust me. She called me. Val will get on the phone right now. Call me back. I ain't playing with you. This your little sister. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to call me back, and I'm telling you, you better be on this phone.
Oh wait. Ain't nothing wrong with
that. Like Kevin wanted to know about the diss track. Nas's Ether.
Ether. That's what I said. Ether.
Yeah, Ether.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Nas on that Ether. That Ether was off the The Ether. He ripped Diddy up with that one. I mean, and Jay-Z. He cut Jay-Z up so bad on that Ether, it was ridiculous, And again, I told you the Illmatic album, I love it off the rip, and all that. But Dimitri,
I'm
looking at
with No Vaseline, just the whole name, and then how he talked crazy, it's just wild. Like,
hey, Hey, and that was all from, like you said, and what we've been talking about tonight. NWA didn't read Jerry Heller's contracts,
Exactly.
right?
The
Bad
paperwork.
business.
The
The
paperwork.
paperwork.
So the
God damn your
paperwork
paperwork
wasn't
together. Hey, remember, it's 90% what they say? 90% business,
90% business,
10%
10%
entertainment.
talent.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm telling you, man, it's amazing. You know, when are you gonna work on that video? You got a video coming up soon?
Man, I got a surprise coming on New Year's. I
Ooh,
got,
hey, I'm
Okay.
gonna make sure both of y'all gonna connect with each other. And Demetrius,
Yeah.
and the funny part about it, Demetrius, tell us a little bit about when the show gonna drop, man. When can we expect to see the new show? And tell everybody the name again. And Springer, put this in the drop line for us. What's the name of the show again?
It's called The Missionary. And like I said, it's gonna put a lot of people in the mind of the Green League. So that's we are about to start filming that come February. So we've been doing a lot of rehearsals about it. And like I said, I've been getting with Martinez to work on that gospel hip hop track for this TV series. And we just been taking everything one step at a time. Because like I said, the strike just ended.
Yeah.
So everybody's like flooding out the gate, trying to get these acting jobs left and right. And they are
Sure.
putting them out there. They are out there now. So, like I said, everybody's just out off to the races.
And Reed, that may be an open door right there, Reed. Where
Nah,
again,
for real.
Yeah.
because I was talking to a couple guys, reading up on some stuff. Ice Cube say, as he dropped into the movie side of the house doing, Friday was his first movie. You're amazing. They gave the comedians a chance. So, right now I've seen like 50 Cent. He killed. He with his
Killing.
Popper series, BMF series, 50 killing everybody right now. But he's
And
got
by
a lot.
all
He's got a
means,
lot of rap.
by all
Joey
means,
Badass.
like
Yeah.
Hey,
I gotta let it be known. I'm
I'm,
not just like the gangster rap. Like, I'm very
Exactly.
versatile. Like
Yeah.
very versatile. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Like,
there you go.
that's just how it goes. It depends on what mood you in.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you another
And
market that's open for domination too. Getting into these video games
yeah,
Yes.
because
yeah,
they
video
coming out
game.
with that new Grand Theft Auto 6 and stuff like that.
I saw that. I saw that.
I've
Oh,
And
submitted some of
Spring
my songs. I've been submitting
exactly.
my songs to a lot of these different upcoming video games and stuff like that. So hey,
That's gonna be good. And Kevin, while we talking about it, once again, my boy Southside, Maurice Miller, Eminem, my boy wasn't able to get on the show. He's got a track that's coming out as well. I'm about to connect you and him together, Reek. He's got a track that's out called The Grizz. So the Grizz is what they call him and doing it.
yes,
So,
yeah.
be able to check him out a little bit. He's got some things that's going on. But Val, we was talking about a little bit about the track you talk about on the Illmatic with that. We still got no Vaselines, on all that. But we were talking about paperwork, Val. Think about, just the artists and everything that's going on. Look at the strike that Demetrius in that part of the world, Val, and the writer strike. Why did they strike? Paperwork, right?
yeah, there you
What?
go.
and getting their residuals, because
Yeah,
a lot of things in television now are streaming, and
Exactly.
streaming doesn't pay, or wasn't paying
It wasn't
what
there you go.
it wasn't paying the actors, and so that was kind of one of the actresses from the show Insecure that was on HBO, now that's Max. And
Okay.
she complained that she had 15 checks and it barely totaled $200.
what?
Yeah, I know how that goes. Yep.
Really?
See?
You put in
Wow.
all that work and you barely get pennies on a dollar.
Oh, wow.
I've been in that boat too.
That's what the stream. That's what the
Yeah,
streams do.
and we got and how does the explain to the listeners real quick for both of you guys, how does ASCAP and the BMI work?
Yeah.
I'm with BMI, so
Yeah, I've been with BMI for years. Like,
so
Hey, Val,
everything.
the Demetrius making so much money. He didn't even realize he put a track out years ago that we did a beautiful video to. It was playing overseas, Val, and he
Yeah.
started getting texts and didn't even know about it. I'm like, where my cut at?
The paperwork.
It's all in the paperwork. Did you sign paperwork, coach? Did you sign paperwork, coach?
I made a super dope guest appearance with no paperwork, Val.
Hey, when Shopping Spree first came out, it was it was a song that was before its time, to be honest.
Yeah, it was.
Like that song, it's still streaming now.
Let me tell you,
But
you and Reek get on there and make the remake of Shopping Spree.
yeah,
And Reek, your Island Vibe song, I'm telling you, Val, I'm about to get, when we finish, Val, I'm about to show you the video. The song was such a laid back track. It was ridiculous.
yeah.
It'll drop hard today in what they
It still
plan today.
do. And trust me, I seen Pastor Troy do this so many times. He would take one or two of his good songs off an album and place it on his new album to keep building that momentum and that heat for it. So that's what. So like every album that I drop, Shopping Spree is definitely on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
VIP
okay, yeah.
is definitely on there. Until I get that right breakthrough for those songs, I'm gonna put it on every album.
That's all it takes. That white breakthrough.
Right.
That's all it takes.
And Maurice said that
He's an ASCAP member.
Yeah, he says we all need to get it together. He is with ASCAP. So you guys are trying to figure out what is ASCAP BMI, that all those represent the songwriters. It's
Correct.
It's like the union for the songwriters and people that produce. And for the same way that what is it, SAG AFTRA is for
SAG
the
AFTRA, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's how they get paid.
Union. Yeah, SAG AFTRA is union, and then you got like BMI, ASCAP. They pretty much good with keeping up with royalties and things like that.
Right.
Okay. So basically, when you got an album, you gotta register yourself with ASCAP BMI if you plan to getting paid at some point.
Yeah, you got to register. Yep.
Yeah, because like when I put my music like on all the major streaming platforms, like including TikTok and stuff now,
right?
Make sure I go through like DistroKid or something like that, because I can link my BMI number to that, and that's gonna keep up with the streams and stuff for me.
Oh, okay.
Well, we definitely want to do that with the Pull Up Podcast. If you could definitely do that, definitely. I'm grateful because we want to be able to. I'm the one that's kind of the person that's responsible for doing the TikTok and the reels and stuff. So I'd like to find your name and then tie it to how we promote Coach Tony's A Pull Up Podcast. But that is a great track. I knew both of you guys are registered in the very beginning of this podcast before we went visual. I signed up, I think it was $700 for a podcaster to do licensing ASCAP BMI so that the artists get paid. So I would get the Universal Music. They'd be like, wait a minute, where? And I'm like, here's my license. I'm registered for the year. Stop it.
Right. And Mark just said something pretty cool, Rick. I like what he just said. He said, look at Dubai. Right now, over in Dubai, they are hungry for new artists, and they're hungry to listen to American artists with music. So again, Fair, as you and Reek dropping music, making sure you put it out. Hey, look to find out how you can get into that market. You know, I mean, that may be some streams. I don't know. Because I'm gonna tell you, me and Val, big time house music. I told both of y'all that we need to do a house. I'm gonna get both of them, Val, to work with me. I'm gonna drop a house track. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna drop an old school hip hop house track, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but when you looking at England and Paris and Germany and Dubai, the house music sound is back. Of course, the young kids, they call it EDM, but it's house music, just in a little twist to it.
Yeah. One of our former guests, a speech from Arrested Development, says that he is still popular in Japan and the Philippines and other parts of the world that is outside of the States. Like he performs everyday people and they think it's brand spanking new over there.
And you know what? Over there, they don't mind paying.
At all.
They don't mind. And I love
young people.
I know. Here's a question for Mike Drew. He says, how do we avoid situations like where Snoop had over 1 billion streams, but only received 45,000 in royalties? Now that's what's been happening. I know a friend of mine who has a record producing company. I think it's called First Note. And he says that a person has to get like 1 million streams and they might clear maybe $3 to $5 grand. So this sounds nuts. So either you would like to answer that.
We're talking about Snoop, the guy with a name.
Yeah.
I say it also depends on how it's trickling down. Like I see how like Snoop went and bought Death Row, so now Snoop is like the owner of everything, so he gets top of the cut pay before everybody else does. So
if we talking early Snoop and just taking his first deal, then like
Right.
like
people have to get paid.
Well, it's like, me and Val, we talk a lot of sports, right? And I'm always telling my young athletes about how the Europeans are infiltrating into the NBA, right? Taking contracts, right? And Dimitri, you come off the SAG, being on strike.
Yeah.
Big question for both guys. Now, with the dropping of AI, and AI is in position to mimic voices, write songs. Because Val and I used it the other day to put together some stuff for me. Especially with your situation, Reed, because you're heavily in there. What are the new artists going to do to combat what AI is trying to do out here? Because with the actors, obviously, Dimitri, that's been figured out, right? That new contract is going to take AI away from that. But Rick, in the music side of the house, how are you guys going to come back AI writing music and dropping music? We already heard one that they did with Drake.
I wish an AI would try me, man.
I wish Val, I wish an AI would.
You gotta like anybody that really listens to music for the music will be able to depict if it's AI or does it really have true feeling in it. Is the cadence changing? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that'll help you understand if it's AI or real. Like, so
wow.
Yeah. And it's interesting that I think recently there was Grammy or one of the songwriters nominations coming up, and there was some song I think with Drake and I forgot who the other artist, I think The Weeknd, but it wasn't them, it was AI. And they said no, they're fighting against it, the songwriters and folks that are a part of BMI ASCAP. They're like, no AI generated songs should be in contention for being nominated for Grammys or
it's
any
not
of
cool.
that.
It's like people putting robots in McDonald's and stuff to make the food. You're taking people's jobs away. Like,
exactly.
Basically,
that becomes so hard. And then you got Maurice. He says, the only way they really make the money is you got to do the show. We already know that. You got like basketball players, you got to play the game. Right. And with both of you guys looking at paperwork, Mike Drew was saying, is it the paperwork or is it the ownership of masters, man? Which one of you guys think? Because me and Val will tell you our favorite artists of all time is we fight between Prince and Michael Jackson. And I was listening to a show one day, and Nas is on his Nas documentary. Val, I don't even know if I told you this, but Nas said he went to do a show with Prince one night in L.A. And he walked out on the stage, got ready to walk out on stage, and Prince called him backstage and said, "Hey, young man, do you own your masters?" And Nas said no, and he wouldn't let Nas perform. And Nas said he was like, man, wait a minute. But Prince wouldn't let him perform. So when you're looking at that, when you're talking about ownership, is it paperwork or just basically, trying to get your masters?
Well, but from my perspective, like right now, with me being like Reek on an independent level, and when you got so many different outlets like DistroKid and such places, it's easier to keep your masters, and you don't necessarily need to sign to a label. Like right now, you don't have to sign to a label right now because like places like DistroKid and a few other outlets, you can pay and have things set up, and you can be in 100% control of everything.
Everything, like by all means, every song that I got out right now. If tomorrow all my social media go up and I just become this famous artist, all that bread is gonna go up too, and it's all mine, all mine, because I'm independent,
100% control.
Oh man, that Val. Yep. That's why they're my nephews, Val.
You got to,
well, they learn.
If you control your masters, you control the universe right now.
Man,
because you see how like a few years ago, like Chris Brown spent all that money to buy back his masters.
Yeah,
and saw that like that. Masters are important.
And
Yeah,
then look at these people that's selling their catalogs now. You got people selling their catalogs for hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's nothing. Because look what Future just did it, but it's Future though.
Yeah.
He could make the same catalog all over again. Like,
And then you got Rick Ross. He put out a statement where he was trying to buy Tony Yayo and like Young Buck and like Lloyd Banks catalog.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know
And
if
then
that's between that feud between him and 50 Cent. He just talking junk, or
yeah,
What
and
you
I
say,
know,
Val?
go ahead.
and I know that recently that it's been with folks selling their catalogs. I'm just thinking, is it that because they need the money now, or they can just make a new catalog? Enrique Iglesias sold his, and that didn't make any sense to me. I don't. A lot of that sung in Spanish. I'm like, why are you selling that?
But
But believe it or not, Val, selling that with Enrique Iglesias is like buying a catalog of Carlos Santana. But in that Latino market is ridiculous.
Well, I was not to cut you off, but I was told like for some people they might still have dealings like with that label, and so if they end up selling their masters from back in the day, they can kind of sever ties with the old label.
That too.
Bad paperwork.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, Val.
That makes
what
plenty of sense.
That because I think that's what Stoop did, and then he bought it back through Death Row. That's exactly what happened.
Ooh, right, and that makes a lot of sense.
That's exactly what happened. You know, obviously, you know, your boy Suge Knight up in the yard, you know, trying to fake a heart attack, but you can't do nothing about that.
Owning your masters or having creative control is the same thing.
Yeah. You know, well, like I said, man, y'all two young brothers, man, we give you nothing but high praise. Man, we appreciate you again for coming on the show, spreading some knowledge. And we're going to push this album. We're going to get it out there, whatever we need to do. And Dimitri Val already done told me when that Greenleaf type show come out. And by the way, Val, he didn't tell you, he shortchanged himself because he also told me that they trying to get the show potentially over to Netflix and Hulu. Oh, no, it's going to be on Netflix. They're trying to get it to HBO and Showtime, wasn't it?
All the major platforms, every single major platform.
Crazy.
We are striving to get it to that. The person that I'm working with, she has all of those kind of like connections. Yeah, right there in her hand. Because like just Saturday, I was just working with my agent and some other people on the TLC reality show.
You
so
I
can't really go into details about it, but I was there.
Well, the good thing is, Demetrius, you are technically in Black Hollywood, which is Atlanta.
Yes, Black Hollywood.
That's why I said I was going back to Alabama. once I came here in 2013, and God shifted my life from the music scene, like doing the real, you know, hip hop music that I was being around and portraying and stuff like that. Once I seen all these opportunities that was here, I wasn't going back home. I love my people in Alabama. Don't get me wrong. I love Alabama, but the opportunities are not there like it is here.
Yeah. I mean, Reek's on the same road. You know, he was here, made that move from Chi, you know, Texas into Nashville, and now he stepped in that new Black Hollywood in Atlanta. Again, I want to see the two of you young cats, you know, make sure y'all stay connected, you know, and vice versa. I'm looking for a collab out of you guys, more importantly, and then, you know, the opportunity for where, you know, Dimitri, as you opening up doors. Hey, you know, you got this young brother right there next to you, open them same door. That's one thing Val and I talk about all the time. We as a people, sometimes we will fight amongst each other instead of pulling somebody's boots and straps up to help out. Because the PWI, they're going to do it all day, every day. But we as African Americans, sometimes we don't do that. So I wish you two brothers, man, the best. Mike Drew said, congratulations, young king. Stay on your hustle.
Always.
Get the paperwork. Keep your masters.
Keep the paperwork. Hey Val. I'm not doing no more videos without my paperwork either. I'm telling you right now.
The paperwork is important.
Demetrius, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please come back.
Oh, thank you.
We see y'all back. Hey, every time you get that video, we want to check it out. So get it to us.
For sure.
For sure, for sure. All right. I even like that way he says that. Oh my gosh, they're so wow.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go. You got some talent in your family. You got
Hey,
some talent in your family.
got the sports side of the house, the musicians side. Hey, listen, we just keep it coming. And again, Val, I was thinking when me and you were talking, I'm like, why am I going to call and try to get someone as a great person on the show in the 50 years of hip hop? And I got two people right here in the family. I just need to push them out because they need to get going. You know what I'm saying? Open that door. And to have Demetrius in a situation, well, we already talking about the Black King of Hollywood, who was Tyler Perry. We already know that, right? And Rick, he's been dropping his music and now gotten smarter, went on and got his paper and figured, hey, you know something? I'm just going to become that independent artist. Kind of like you and I, the independence on the podcast. The more shows we do, and Maurice said earlier about, rapping and getting paid. He said, you got to do the shows. Man, you doing a podcast. We got to do the shows. You do the shows,
Exactly.
good enough. So,
and Brianna says congrats definitely to both Demetrius and Reek, like the talent that's coming from them. When I sat down and listened to Reek's tracks, I was thinking, oh, okay, all right. But I'm always going for the message. I'm always going for the message. I keep forgetting that Demetrius produced music. So the Pull Up Podcast, that's fun. So I need to talk with Demetrius about how to make sure that he gets credit when I TikTok that song and promote the podcast for you. So the Pull Up Podcast is coming in January 2024. And we're working on some great things regarding that. And, Maurice Miller saying collab, and he is down for it. And of course, thank you so much, Kevin, for saying what we were saying. Thanks to Demetrius and Reek for coming on and blessing us. We got one more episode of.
There you go. This year gets closed out, man.
We go on a hiatus coming into the new year. So we got one more show next week. One more
show. We got I think you need to bring on Black Santa Claus.
I don't know about Black Santa Claus. Santa Claus real? He needs to come straight to the ghetto.
Long as he ain't coming down my chimney, we good. I see Black Santa Claus coming down my chimney. We're gonna have some problems.
Oh my gosh. Well, this episode, as always, as we tell you guys, join us. Interludes Extra presents Find Your Voice. It's on Patreon. Join our community via Patreon today at patreon.com/interludes. And I'll go ahead and ask Kevin Springer to go ahead and place it in the chat. But we are so grateful that you guys joined us on this evening. Come back and join us next week for our last show for 2023, live and in color. And we are excited that you guys joined us. Your nephews are so talented. Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much.
Again, Val, just run the family. And next week, guys, as we close out, we're going to, I think what Val and I are going to do, we're going to get together this week and we're going to do a year in review. You know how they do that sometimes? I think it'd be a great, Val, to come back on a nice year review, talk about the people we had on the show, maybe pull up some videos and things to show you the hard work that she and I have been doing to put this show on for you guys. And we definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys being here every single week, liking the show, pushing us out, getting our numbers where they need to be, subscribing. So we want to review everything. We want to make sure you guys continue to watch us and carry us into the new year.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Woo-woo. This shouldn't even be it's hands down, Nas. Everybody's still having the conversation.
Right. Join
us next week. But until then, peace.